should be level of comparison between the flux density of the materials which you are using and the ferromagnetic material, saturation level of the ferromagnetic material. A high value of flux density results in increased excitation, resulting higher cost of the field system. So in the design of field system, normally we will be using the ferromagnetic material. In all other machines, if you design a field winding, so you will be using the normally the ferromagnetic materials. So if you use a high value of flux density, then the excitation of the field winding will be more. Correct. So excitation of field winding will be more. That will result in the high cost in the field system. So we need to give the windings or the number of turns in the winding or the amount of copper required for the winding will be more. So we can say that the amount of flux density which is present in that particular machine will be proportional. We can say it is a proportional to the ferromagnetic materials, saturation level of the ferromagnetic materials which you are using for the design of electrical machines. Next, second point is temperature rise. So how much temperature rise? The most vulnerable part of the machine is its insulation. So insulation, as I told you in the previous, so it is just a separation between the two conducting parts or between the windings and the cores. You will be providing the insulation. So that is the most vulnerable part of the machine. The operating life of a machine depends upon the type of insulating materials used for its construction and the life of insulating material, the operating life of the machine, how long the machine will be running, that again depends upon the type of insulating materials which you are providing. So which type of insulating material you are using and what is the temperature limit of that particular insulating materials. If it is more than the required, we have to judge, or we have to calculate what is the maximum allowable temperature so that particular machine may take when it is running continuously. Correct. So based on that one, we have to use the certain types of insulating materials for that particular machine. And construction and the life of insulating materials, which in turn depends upon the temperature rise of the machine. Because why the insulation will be important? Because when the machine is continuously rotating, if it is transformer or all other machines, normally it will be running continuously. So when it is running continuously, there will be a development of heat inside the machine. Correct. So that the temperature will be increasing. So you are insulating whatever the insulating materials which you are provided between the two conducting parts or between the windings and the cores. So the temperature, it should withstand that particular temperature. The material which you are provided, insulating material which you are provided, should withstand that particular temperature. So again, that is also a limitations. That means you have to decide, or you have to analyze which type of insulating materials you have to use for that particular machine. If an insulating material is operated beyond the maximum allowable temperature, its life is drastically reduced. So we are using, for example, one X type of insulating material you are used. Its maximum allowable temperature is, for example, 70 degrees centigrade. For example, it's just an example. But when the machine is continuously running, the temperature may go beyond 70 degree. Correct. So when it is continuously going above 70 degree, the life of that insulating material will be go on decreases. Correct. So that the life of the machine also, that particular machine also, it will be reduces. So you can say that if the insulating material is operated beyond the maximum allowable temperature, its life is also reduced. So that the machine go on, we have to give it for frequently, you have to give it for repair. Correct. So that is also one of the limitation. And third limitation is insulation. The insulating material which is used in the machine should be able to withstand electrical, mechanical, and thermal stresses which are produced in the machine. So we can say second point and third point are related to each other. Okay. So the insulating material, whatever you are using in the machine, should withstand electrical stresses also, because the current flowing through the windings, correct. And mechanical stresses, because it is a rotating machine, so there will be mechanical stresses. And thermal stresses. Thermal stresses means gradually when the machine is rotating or running, the temperature will be increases gradually. So that effect, that is also considered as a thermal stresses, which are produced inside the machine. The mechanical strength of insulation is important in case of transformer. So because transformer is a stationary part, correct. So the mechanical strength of the insulation is very important in case of transformer. The type of insulation is decided by the maximum operating temperature of the machine parts where it is put. So what is the type of insulation? That will be decided by the maximum operated temperature. So you can say that insulating material can be classified based on their temperatures. The size of insulation is not only decided by the maximum voltage stress, but also by the mechanical stress produced. What is the size of the insulation material which you have to provide for the design of that particular machine is decided by the voltage stress and the mechanical stress produced. Both you have to consider. By considering the voltage stress, that means how much voltage it is withstanding, and the mechanical stress, both you have to consider, then only you have to suggest this type of insulating material is suitable for that particular machine. Okay. So next point is efficiency. Correct. Efficiency is the efficiency of the machine should be as high as possible. That is our aim. So whatever the product we are designing and getting as a product, so the efficiency of that particular thing should be higher. Similarly here also, in the machine also, our aim is to have the machine with good efficiency, high as possible, to reduce the operating cost. That will decrease the operating cost of the machine. In order to design a highly efficient machine, the magnetic and electrical loading used should be small. So magnetic loading and electrical loading will be there. That is flux. Magnetic loading means you can consider as a amount of flux which is present, and the electrical loading is ampere turns. Ampere turns. That should be small. User should be small, and this requires the use of large amount of material. So if it should be less, and this requires the use of large amount of material. So number of copper requirement or to design the windings are more. Therefore, capital cost of the machine designed for high efficiency is high, while it is running cost is low. So if you want to design a high efficiency machine, so you have to put with the good quality materials for that particular machine. So you can say that capital cost, that is initial cost of that particular machine is high if you want to get a high efficiency, but you will be getting the low as a running cost. Running cost will be less. So initial cost, that is quality of the material which you are providing for that particular machine is good, I mean high, so that you will be increasing the directly you will be there is an increase in capital cost, but running cost will be less for a good efficient machine. So fifth part is mechanical parts. Correct. The construction of an electrical machine has to satisfy numerous technological requirement. Correct. So the construction of electrical machine has satisfied numerical technological requirement. The construction should be simple as possible. Your whatever the design of your machine, the construction of that machine should be very simple. It is not that it should have a large size and inside and all other than required materials you have to insert. Correct. So the as simple as possible, if you design a particular machine or develop, then it is looks nice. Correct. Construction should be simple as possible, and it is technologically good. Construction is simple, it doesn't mean that the technologically it is bad. Correct. So you have to satisfy the technological point of view. That is, it should satisfy all the technological conditions, as well as it should be construction is simple. If it is carried out using simple and economical means with little labor as possible. So when you are constructing a machine in the industries and all, so low labor cost should be there. Correct. Low labor cost, and it should be economical, but construction should, the machine or the size of the machine, everything should be as simple as possible, and it should take all the modern technologically, it should good. It should take all the modern technological things, correct. It is not that following the technically, it should be good. So sixth one is the commutation. Oh, what is meant by commutation? So we can see that commutation problem we can see in case of DC machine, correct. So commutation problem we can see in case of DC machine. So the problem of commutation is important in case of commutator machines. So there is no question of commutation in case of AC machines or transformer. So it is only in case of DC machine. So commutation problem is present in case of machine, I mean DC machine, which as commutation condition limits the maximum output that can be taken from a machine. So commutator, providing a commutator in DC machine will be a limitation for the working of DC machine, correct. At present, the maximum power output of a single unit DC machine is approximately 10 megawatt. So we can design only 10 megawatt DC machine. That is one of the major limitation. So other AC machines you can design it for higher capacity because of presence of commutators in case of DC machine. So it forms a limitations for the design of DC machine with the higher capacity. Next one is power factor. So poor power factor results in large value of current for the same power, correct. So what is meant by power factor? We can say that it is a ratio of real power to the apparent power, or it is nothing but the cosine of angle between voltage and current, correct. So if the machine is having poor power factor, it needs high current to get the to give the required output. For the same power output, you need to have high current to flow in the machine, correct, to get the required, I mean when it is a poor power factor. Therefore large conductor size have to be used. If the power factor is poor, the amount of current flowing through that particular machine is high, then the conductor size should be high, correct, to get the rated output or the same power. Length of air gap to be provided in an induction motor is primarily determined by the power factor consideration. So that you will be learning in the design of three-phase induction motor. So because of length of air gap, so if it is a small or large, you need to provide a small air gap so that we can increase the power factor. So if the poor power factor is there, then the machine will be getting the cost of the machine will be high, or the efficiency will be also getting decreases. So length of air gap to be provided in an induction motor is primarily determined by the power factor consideration. That is, because of the power factor only the length of air gap is decided in case of three-phase induction motor. So if you see, what is the equation of power? P is equal to root 3 VLIL cos phi, correct, root 3 VLIL cos phi. So if the cos phi value is less, but I want P value as same, correct, P value as same, then there will be, of course, VL value will be constant. So if it is a 440 volt machine, then VL value will be constant. So you need to increase the IL value. To balance that one, you need to increase the IL value, correct. So you can say that if you decrease the power factor, you need to increase the IL value to meet the same rated power output. So increasing the IL value means what? That size of the conductors which is provided, or the size of the winding which is provided to that particular machine should be increases, correct. So that is the limitations. And eighth one is the consumer specifications. So you have to meet the consumer specification also. The specification laid down in the consumer's order. The specifications laid down in the consumer's order have to be met, and design evolved should be such that it satisfies all the specifications and also the economic constraints imposed on the manufacturer. So the order will be given by the consumers, correct, customers. So they will give some specification. My induction motor should have, or my transformer should have this much rating, and the size of the transformer should be like this, and it is used for this particular application. So when you are using one particular application, so you have to see the size, everything, correct. So and you have to use this type of materials for that one. Designing of that particular transformer, you have to use this type of material, good quality of materials. So these specifications they will give, and my transformer rating, voltage rating, everything, and it should have this much power factor and all, correct. So consumer will give the specification for his applications. For his applications, he will give the specification for the design. So based on that specifications only, designer should design the machines, any kind of machine, correct. So the specification laid down in the consumer order have to be met, and design evolved should be such that it satisfy all the specifications. All the specification laid by the consumer should be satisfied, otherwise he will not accept, correct. And also the economic constraints. Again, if you accept all the specifications laid by the consumer, but the cost of the machine, if it is much higher than the affordable cost of that particular consumer, then he will not purchase that particular machine, correct. So we have to think and we have to design such that we have to satisfy all the specification met by the consumers, as well as the cost also. It should have optimum cost. If you design a machine with high cost which meets all the specification laid by the consumer, then there is a possibility that consumer may not accept that particular machine, or he may not purchase. He may tell to redesign, correct. So that is also one of the limitations. So consumer specification also you have to meet. So next one is, final one is, 8th point is standard specification. So both manufacturer and consumer must meet the standard specification. What is meant by standard specification? So for a country, there will be some standard specifications laid by the Department of Electricity, correct. So electricity department, they will lay some standard specification for design of transformer, induction motors, alternators, or DC machines. So this is some set of standard specification. So whenever, whatever the output what you are getting or designing, so that particular output model, that particular product should meet that particular standard specification. Otherwise it is, every product which is selling into the market will should have the authorization by the government, correct, or the standard specification agents, or the Indian Electricity Board, correct. So if it is not ISI mark, if it is not having ISI mark, then the product will not be sold in the market, correct. So to get the ISI mark or the 5-star marks or whatever it may be, so it should meet the standard specification. So both manufacturer as well as the consumer should follow the standard specification. Then only that product will be or sold to the market, or the consumer can purchase that product. So these 9 points are the limitations of the design imposed for the design of electrical machines. Limitations imposed by the limitation imposed to the design of the machine. So this is very important question in the examination point of view. What are the limitations in design of electrical machine? So 9 points with explanation you have to write. Okay. We'll continue in the next class.